Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another FIFA 21 video where today I'm going to be sharing with you the number one and really probably the only tip that you need to know when it comes to actually trying to get better at FIFA in general. Now, for starters, when you talk about getting better, this is a question that I get a lot. You know, whether you're in the Discord, if you're not in the Discord, link to that is down below where we get lots of great conversation and topics. And it's just a great place to learn and improve about FIFA. The question that I get a lot is like, how do I actually improve at FIFA? And you can tell people tips like, you know, as I have done in previous, videos that we've covered. For example, get a better team. Now, obviously, having better players at your disposal means, yes, you'll get a little bit more lucky in certain instances that, the ball might drop your way a little bit more. Like, for example, for myself, obviously, I've now got, like, for example, team of the year, Virgil van Dijk at centre-back. He pretty much just cleans everybody out, as you would expect. He pretty much wins every tackle against everybody. I don't think so far in the games I've played with him, anybody has actually got past him yet, and that's not a joke. I literally think he's won every tackle, won every 50-50. So obviously having better players is going to allow you to have more opportunities to potentially win more games. Obviously, we've talked about game plans and stuff going forwards. If you have all your game plans set, so if you have maybe your go-to formation that you switch to straight away, maybe a backup formation if the first one's maybe not working in the first half, you can switch to another one in the second half. So for me personally, I play the 5-2-1-2 at the minute. It's a brilliant formation. We've got a really good video coming on that, I believe, on Saturday, maybe Sunday. But also, you can have a defensive formation for hanging on at the end of the game, and also a super attacking formation if you need to score. But these are all little tips and tricks that will help. Learning skill moves, learning certain skill moves is really important. But the one and only tip that you really need to know when it comes to getting better at FIFA, and the one thing you have to do, is you have to play people who are better than you on a consistent basis. That is the number one, by far and away, the most important thing, because you can learn skill moves, you can have a better team, you can have game plans and things, and these things will make minor differences. But if you do all these things against people who are at your level or worse than you, you're not playing better players. You're not going to get better because you're just beating people that you should beat. Whereas when you play against people who are better than you on a regular basis, not every now and then, you have to do it like consistently. So, like for me personally, obviously I'm a decent player at FIFA. I'm sort of Elite 2, Elite 1 level. On my day I can be just outside the top 100 on a really good week. So I'm a good level player. I have a friend who I play who is a top 100 player. Now, for me, I use him as like a gauge to see where I've improved and why you need to play people who are better than you. Play a game against them. You should most likely lose. You can then ask them, a first-hand account, what you did wrong, what you did well, what you need to improve on, and they will give you feedback. Most people, it's important to have people who are maybe your friends or people that you know, or for example, my Discord is a great place. I know there's a lot of guys in there at the moment that are setting up friendlies against each other, and we might look to do some sort of tournament in there. But a lot of guys are sort of setting up friendlies against each other, and you get that instantaneous feedback from one another on maybe things that you did wrong and things that you need to improve on, and then you can go away and really target those things because you're being told by a better player. You're saying, hey, if you play a game and you get beat 3-0 and the guy says, are you really dragging your centre-backs out? It made it really easy for me to do just quick little give and goes in that space. And that's how I was able to get in and score 3 goals. So now okay, that's a weakness of my game. So how else can I defend without pulling my defenders out? Okay, and then you can go away and source that information and find it out. And that's really the only thing. That's certainly the first port of call when trying to improve. And then you can go away and you can improve on that, and then you can come back to playing that person, and now you should have fixed that hole in your game. So now you've elevated your level. So now it might be a slightly tougher game for that person. He might still win the second time around and go, okay, you've really shored that up. Next thing you maybe need to improve on is maybe you just need to add 1 or 2 skill moves in the wing areas. And now you can go away and do that. But when you're just playing against people who are your skill level or worse than you all the time, all you're doing is kind of just giving yourself false hope. This is something that I used to do a lot. I used to have like a really inflated record because I would typically used to go and play people who were just worse than me, and I would pick up easy wins, and I'd go and win like 20 games in a row and think, man, I'm getting so good at this game. And then all of a sudden I would go and play Division 1, or I'd go and start playing some good level players, and I would start getting beat regularly. So you would kind of think you're better than you are. And ultimately, having that person behind you who can sort of guide you and say, this is what you need to do, this is what you need to do, that's what you need to do. You can use that person as like a measuring stick as to if you're actually improving or not. Because if you kind of don't play against anyone consistently, and it's important as well to try and play against the same person, because then you will also pick up, for example, for me, one thing I used to do a lot was my brother. He doesn't play FIFA anymore. He's sort of 28 years old now, but he used to play FIFA, and I used to play against him. And I was better than him, and he would want to know, how to get to my level. So we would play each other regularly. He would go away. He would work on some things. I'd tell him, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that. With your attacking games, you need to be a little bit more careful in possession. You need to add a couple skill moves. He would come back, we would play each other, and I would think, man, he's really improved. This is actually a tough game now. And I'd maybe just get a win and just think, you're not too far behind my level. And that's how you improve, because at the end of the day, like I said, you can get a better team, you can get better tactics. I know a lot of people like to chop and change their tactics thinking they don't work. At the end of the day, if you're like trying out lots of different tactics and you don't find any of them to be working, chances are it's probably not the tactics, it's more likely going to be you. So it's just things like that, will make a difference. Like I said, having a better team, having the game plans, adding a few little things to your game, and changing certain things will help. But the thing that will make the biggest difference is if you can play against good quality opposition, whether that's people who are better than you or miles better than you, will help. You have to play against people who are better than you. If you don't do that, you will never, ever, ever get better at FIFA, and that's just an absolute fact. And if, like I said, if you maybe don't have any friends who you can play, that's when it's important to go and source them out on forums. For example, my Discord is a good place to go. I'm sure there are lots of other content creators and other people's Discords that you can go out and you can find people. And it's really important that you do that. If you have aspirations to get better at FIFA, and you also have to ask yourself, why do you want to get better at FIFA? Do you just want to get better at FIFA because maybe you're someone who's just getting battered all the time and you're just kind of sick of getting pumped every single game? Then that's a fair reason to get better. If you're someone who's saying, I want to get better because I want better rewards from Weekend League and from Champs, I would argue it's probably not worth the amount of time and effort to go and do that, because I think you can get the rewards elsewhere and in other ways that you don't have to put that much time. It's probably not a smart idea to spend that much time and that much effort just to get a little bit better at the game and get slightly better rewards. If I would say, at the end of the day, everyone can play the game how they want. I would say it's only worth getting better if you're someone who's just sick of getting beat and losing all the time, and you think, man, I don't want to get beat anymore. I want to have fun on this game, and I'm not having fun just getting beat all the time. So then you have a reason to go and improve, and your number one port of call would be try and find a friend or a couple of people who you can play against on a regular basis, and make sure they give you that instantaneous feedback telling you what you did badly in the game. Like I said, if you have the capabilities to record the game as well, you might be able to see some of your own mistakes back. That's another really important tip. But like I said, that number one tip to getting better at FIFA is making sure you play people who are better than you. And that is how you will improve and just get better. That's how I got better. You just have to go through the pain of getting beat by these people who are better than you. Pay the course and just stick with it, and you will get better. Trust me, you will 100% get better. And there's kind of no shortcuts to it. If you don't do this step, you just won't get better at FIFA. So that is it for my big tip on how to get better, and hopefully you did enjoy this video and did find this useful. And as I said in the video, if you do want to join our Discord, there are a lot of people that are asking for friendlies against one another. In that Discord, I'm thinking of maybe setting up a little tournament or something that will come eventually as the Discord grows. We're nearly at 200 members now, which is absolutely mental. Just want to say a big thank you to everybody who is a part of that Discord. And like I said, make sure the link is down below if you want to join. It is a great place to be. Did you enjoy the content? Make sure to hit the like, do subscribe as well if you are new to the channel. But that is all for today, guys. Have an awesome day. I'm out.